Policy. We want Pepe.
No, not Pepe at all.
We are attending to
We are-
a transportation policy
Yes.
that we need to rewrite because the last one was signed in 1979. And it was
And we were
charming.
cleaning up the language.
Yes, but yes,
And horses and buggies were still covered.
a little bit.
Yeah.
Some of the things we're cleaning that one up, and we're all kind of looking into stuff about field trips and things, and how you determine where the stops are and so forth and so on, and how far the kids have to live away from the school. A lot of that's not going to change much, but some of the things a little bit more substantive will change. Also, some of the other things we are looking at when and looking into things on a policy on discipline of special ed students, as well as the restraint of special ed students policy. We're going to do that, and we have to update or look into background check for parent volunteers, and because that's pretty much a state law at this point, and we need to have a policy on
Other
it.
school districts
Right.
require volunteers to do it.
And one of the things that has come up again is we need to deal with the out-of-state experience issue in teachers as they come in here, how to deal with that. As when somebody comes in with 7 years of experience from a different state, how do we deal with that in terms of step?
So currently, there's no credit for that.
Currently, there is none.
That's critical. Yeah, just.
Well, we also discussed, we may ask the committee to consider it as a contractual point too, rather than the policy.
Right.
So,
Yep.
but there's lots of stuff on the policy committee stuff here.
Thank you for stepping in.
Since I couldn't remember anything.
Okay.
That's
Question?
the policy.
No. Okay. Wellness. So to add to the policies document, the Wellness Committee did meet on Tuesday, the 19th, and the main point of conversation was the interpretation of the student nutrition programs at the schools, specifically as it relates, the policy as it relates to parties and celebrations, and more clarification needing to define how that impacts pre-K and K requests for using food as a part of their normal, curriculum in terms of teaching creativity, healthy eating, manners. So what the next step is that they'd like to write a letter giving kind of some guidelines in terms of, for pre-K, this is the curriculum where I use food, kindergarten, this is where I use food. Please help us interpret this, because the policy is written, unfortunately or not, it's hard to see the intent of the policy, because it's written under school parties and celebrations, which is not under curriculum. So there is a question as to, is the intent of the policy to be all food, no questions asked, or is it for parties and celebrations?
When we did that, I think we specifically made it for parties and celebrations, so it wouldn't, yeah,
I
it
think
wouldn't
the
affect
policy
the
committee would
Spanish
welcome that
class
letter.
putting together a Spanish meal. It wouldn't affect.
No, it did.
No,
The
it
interpretation
did.
was
Just that we
specifically
couldn't do
said
any of
that-
those things.
It would.
Because, it's very.
It's under the wellness policy.
Well, so they're going to write a letter
We
to
would
request
welcome
some
the letter.
clarification, and they would actually like to add an additional category to the policy saying, for curriculum use within specific guidelines, approved
And we
guidelines.
would certainly welcome that letter.
Very good.
Well, they will be happy to hear that.
Okay, good. Teacher evaluation committee?
We have not met, and until let's say, until we get to the Rhode Island Department of Education and their gold standard
Yep.
evaluation process, I hate to say it, but it's in abeyance.
Okay. High school review?
How do I present?
We're done.
Read the
Was
press.
it on Jamestown school interested in presentation?
I didn't, nobody asked me that.
Isn't that interesting?
What? They can watch it on the Jamestown record.
On the record.
Which was very well done, I have to say. I watched the whole thing.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Good, you're a good
Very well
video
done.
Thanks.
Electronics makes it
Well,
easy.
anything that's basically anything that has the word record in it, right? Jamestownrecord.com.
Yeah, it's not online yet, but I sent you the link,
Sent me the link.
Oh,
and you can just pass the link around, or you could tweet it, whatever. And let people can view it now, but
Put the link, parents who weren't there could watch it.
yeah,
That's an idea. Thank you.
thank you.
Yes.
One very quick update under wellness on the best land use plan and the walking trails, biking trails, the playground and so on. Two very quick updates. One, I think I mentioned to you, there's some archaeologists and some engineers who've been prowling around, and they are laying out prowling around, and they are starting to lay out all of the bike paths, the walking paths and so on. And the archaeologists are starting to lay out all the mapping and studies that have been done over the years to figure out where we still need to excavate and investigate. We're hoping to start construction this summer with the goal of having a significant number of the paths done and the playground equipment installed and the fitness trail installed by September, start of school. And then there was a fundraising committee that was just put together, and they just met last night for the first time to actually raise the dollars for phase 1 and phase 2 of the playground out here behind Lawn. Phase 1 being big climbing boulders, 15-foot climbing boulders, climbing arches and so on. There's plenty of safety in place, fear not.
Liability world.
Fear not. Those will be placed in the sand lot where the old playground used to be. And then in the courtyard, the spacing, a whole climbing system, which is part of phase 2 in the courtyard. So fundraising is beginning for that
Walking trails.
immediately. So.
Should I put a contact yet for fundraising?
Lisa Primiano. Lisa Primiano is heading up that
How do you
committee.
spell that?
P-R-I-M-I-N-O.
P-R-I-M, I'm sorry.
I-A-N-O.
And is there contact number or?
423-9885, I'll give away her phone number.
Does she want her home number in there? I'm not
How
sure.
about I'll get back to you and I'll ask her what that is.
Okay, just if you can email me or call me.
I just have a quick question. Do we need excavations?
Thank you. Yeah, thank you. I tried.
New rules of engagement.
Oh,
Fantastic.
Must
excavate.
investigate, not necessarily excavate, but investigate everything.
Sounds like water being.
Even just to
The tribe wants to have every disturbance on the entire island investigated. So you as a private homeowner, private property owner who wants to, they'd like to have. So the tribe is very much, wanted to be more active and more involved in construction of any kind of disturbance of soil, anywhere, anytime.
Wow, but are you, I guess the soil disturbance would be is a baby half on top of disturbance, because
It's disturbing the surface.
And you're disturbing it.
Yes, you are. So very positive, and we may have I hope we have a very different looking view come September.
Thank you.
It's very encouraging.
Before we go to public forum, and maybe under high school review, I'd just like to note that I read in the press tonight a very lengthy list of students from Jamestown who are on the honor rolls at Jamestown High School. I'd like to just make note of that. And congratulations to those students and those parents. One of the parents is at the table right there, I know. One of the people in there. So, I mean, it seems to be an awfully long list for the number of students who sent over there.
Public forum, anybody like to speak? And if not,
I have one thing I forgot to mention earlier, that I've been invited to speak to the Rotary next week.
On what topic?
On my kids' tournament.
Oh, nice.
We need to keep leveraging that.
Well, I have 20 minutes, so I'm trying to figure out how to boil things down, or what are the most important or salient points to make in that 20 minutes, and whether slides we put. So, I was hoping that